Thank you. You too. Thank you. Well, it is December 28th. Merry Christmas. But you're probably wondering, it's past Christmas. Why are you saying Merry Christmas? Because today feels like Christmas. We are going to Raccoon Creek Outfitters in Southeast Ohio today, and we're picking up the 2025 Battleship. We're going to build out everything on this boat today except the electronics, because I got to order those in January because they're not released yet. That should probably tell you what electronics I'm putting on the boat. But put everything but the graphs on this boat. Yes, that's graphs with an S. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see this thing. We're putting a motor, so it's gonna be sweet when it's all put together, and I'm excited to bring you guys along for this journey. We got about 25 minutes till we're there, and I have no idea what to expect, how long this is going to take, but all I know is it's going to be sweet. So we'll see you there. And just like that, we have made it. And for those of you looking for turkey hunting places in Ohio, there's about 40 right there with some toms puffed up and strutting. But we made it. Let's get this build started. All right, it is a week later. Editing Owen coming at you guys with the same sweatshirt on with some breaking news. But I just found out I am going to be at the Great Lakes Fishing Expo in Girard, Ohio, which is basically Youngstown, January 25th, 26th. And I'm actually giving a seminar on the 26th at 11:30, I believe. We're going over all things kayak fishing, and I believe I'm bringing in the rig from this video. And if I can get the electronics in time, which I think I'm able to order them tomorrow, we're going to have the electronics on it too. So you guys are going to see the complete 2025 build. Come hang out, ask questions. I think I'm going to have some goodies to give away, some Blue Rock stuff, some just stuff I have confidence in and I like to fish. Come say hi. There's good food there. They got ditch pickle barbecue, which was gas last year. I mean, they got some good pulled pork and brisket and ribs, I believe, all at a food truck at this venue. Come say hi. Come say what's up. January 26th at 11:30 a.m. Metroplex Expo Center, Girard, Ohio. See you there. There she is. Brand new boat for 2024. I went with the native Titan X 10.5, and the reason for that is because I went out of the Slayer Max 10 last year, and I really liked the 10-foot size because I could really get into some sneaky stuff. You guys saw Indian Lake, Allen Creek. We were launching at like dead end roads, beaches, stuff like that. So with a 12-foot, it'd be a little bit harder to get into some of that stuff, I think, because it'd be a little bit heavier. So we're going with the 10.5. The reason I went with the Titan X instead of a new Slayer Max is because this is built out a little bit better to load it up with electronics, which is what I like. So we're running some foot controlled steering through the hull for the motor, putting a motor on, building a black pack. This thing's gonna be sweet.
It's gonna be next drill. Start off with small and then work our way up to 3/8.
I think I'm just gonna leave most of this build to the professionals here. But if you guys are in Southeast Ohio, like even Columbus area, this is only an hour and a half from you. West Virginia, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and you need some stuff done to your kayak, check out Raccoon Creek. They got native, crescent, and bonafide, but they also have a ton of Yak Attack stuff. This is a big wall of Yak Attack here. They got, you want camera pole, they got it, push sticks, all your tracks, rod holders, roto grips for your paddles. These are mounting plates for the graphs, so we might actually be using that right there. Also got a ton of the short stacks, black packs. These are the track packs that came out. Rods. batteries, reels, and it keeps going back here. We got the Yak Attack, the flip down nets. If you want to pull out your net like a 6-shooter, some baits, and the shop just goes back. We got, this is the big one. This is the 12.5, I believe, of the Titan X. This is the Captain's Bridge mount. That is what is going on mine, I'm pretty sure. But if you want a Titan X 10.5 exactly like mine, you can take this baby blue one right here. It's sweet. You get yourself a kayak cushion while you're here. But if you're a river guy, they also got some of the Crescent kayaks. I know some of the guys on the GMR, Hocking, they like them. The Shoalies, paddles, PDFs, you name it, they got it. You guys want some merch? They got hats, cups, t-shirts, you name it, keychains. But I was actually told to take a walk around back because apparently I was just scratching the surface inside there of what was here, and I think I actually see something that I wanted to see here. You guys see that new Bonafide XTR? The oh wow, I don't even know if you guys can see me. I might be a shadow. The XTR, it's basically a bass boat and a kayak. There's that guy right there in the wrap still underneath that new canoe. That's a pretty beefy boy under there. That's my legs. That's that under there. But I mean, you want to talk about Crescent kayaks for days. All the Shoalies, some canoes. What else we got back here? More new canoes. More new canoes. What's over here? That looks like a Titan X. Yep, that's a Titan X. You can tell by the front little compartment there. That looks like a 13 though. Them some big boys. This place is pretty sweet, I won't lie. Definitely come check these guys out. And if you want a kayak built just like I'm having mine done today, all you gotta do is call. They will either build you one of the kayaks that they have in stock, or they can actually drive down to North Carolina where the native Bonafide, it's called Big Adventures, warehouse is, and they'll pick you up a new kayak to build for you. So if you guys are curious what really kind of makes this Titan X more you know, modifiable with graphs, technology, stuff like that, Bonafide and Native both do this cool thing where they have these are basically cheap plastic caps that you can drill through no problem. That way you're not drilling through the actual hole of your kayak. So if you mess up, you can replace them. If you want to change something, you can replace them. So like this one's here if you wanted to run a bow mount trolling motor. We might honestly use it for my graphs because we have this big hatch for the batteries up here with the transducer mount and some hull access. But these breakaway plates are all throughout the boat. You can see there's two here, one on each side, and then one back there. They're putting the motor on back there. I'm kind of just awkwardly watching them because you should probably just leave this stuff for the professionals. But I was talking about the XTR 130. It was right there the whole time. That thing is beefy. They said it is 170 pounds dry with nothing added on. And you guys know I like to put way too much stuff on. So if I got this, it would be, yeah, we'd be putting that sucker on a trailer. One last cool thing about this boat. I promise I'll go over it in the video at the end of this whole build when we guys start talking about all this stuff. But this is battery compartment, so you have a designated place to keep your battery centered in the hull. That way you're not running it off the back of your boat, you're not running it all the way up there and it's throwing off the weight. It is right under your seat, keeping this thing balanced. But that thing also has a breakaway plate, so you can run the wiring out of it. I promise that's the last thing for now. Something that gets overlooked a lot when you're kayak fishing is phone holder, phone tether. Keep your phone on your boat, because if you're fishing a tournament and lose your phone, your day is over. So I broke my cheap one off Amazon, so that one's coming home with me. It's coming to life. Throttle there, kill switch for when I fall off. It's unathletic. Building the black pack. So the motor, or not the motor, the battery for the motor that we got is just a little bit too big for that hatch there. So it's going in the black pack, and you're currently running a little just disconnect plug with a through hole kit. So I can literally just plug the motor into my black pack and then unplug it, throw it in the truck, hit the road.
So, feels awesome. I know to.
All right, with the live scope mount, I'm going with the left side because I want to keep my paddle right here on this side, and if you put the paddle on that side, you can't really steer with the handle right there. So we're just gonna have to learn how to use our left hand to steer and hold the live scope. So I figure it's better to just start now than get used to it on my right and then switch it to my left. Slowly but surely coming together. You know, I was thinking to myself, because this is often the comment that comes up when you're buying something like this, like a kayak, is why don't you just buy a bass boat? And there's two easy answers to this question, and that is price and storage for me. So I can keep this boat, it's basically a boat. It's got live scope, dual graphs, outboard. It's a bass boat on a kayak. I can get this in the back of my garage and still park the truck in the garage. I can tote this around in the bed of my truck. And when you look at the price of the top of the line, say I want to go buy a new Icon and rig it out with graphs, I'm looking at over $100,000. This is an absolutely decked out bass boat, or decked out kayak that is like a bass boat for less than $10,000. So weigh your choices, whatever works for you, whatever floats your boat, there you go. So, but we're putting on the sidekicks, just got finished, putting on the hatch on the top of the black pack so that the short stack doesn't flip all the way back and flip everything in it. And then we're putting on the live scope mount. All right, guys, she is done. This is the 2025 setup. We're gonna go through an in-depth kind of walkthrough of what exactly went on this, because I'm not qualified to tell you guys, because I honestly have no idea. I know some things are Yak Gadget, some things are Yak Attack, other things are made by Native itself. So we're gonna let Justin do the talking, because I have no idea what I'm talking about.
My name's Justin, down here at Raccoon Creek Outfitters. Right now we're here with Owen and his brand new build. Right now we got the Titan X 10.5 in Gray Goose. Starting here at the bow and kind of working our way back, we got the Captain's Bridge from Big Adventures. This is their 32-inch setup. Also comes in a 26-inch. I'm not sure what graphs you're going with again. What graphs you're going with?
Explorer Humminbird ones, 9-inch.
Working our way back, we do have the Propel Drive from Big Adventures as well. Same one that's in their lineup on Bonafide, Native. Working our way back, we added the Titan X foot steering kit right here. Added the foot pedals and all that, which is going to steer the Newport NK300 that's on the back of it. Here on the side, we went with a Yak Gadget live scope mount. Over on this side right here, we have a Yak Attack Torpedo throttle mount that holds our Newport throttle control right there. Then Owen went with the Kayak cushion that's showing Raccoon Creek Outfitters logo right there.
Literally a butt saver.
On back, we actually have the Sidekick from Big Adventures right here, which is going to save Owen a lot of backache instead of having to pack this thing around, deploy the wheels, and it's going to make getting it to and from his truck a lot easier. Here in the back tank well, we have a Yak Attack Black Pack. This is the 16 by 16 version, along with the short stack on top of this. So all kinds of storage for your Plano boxes, tackle, kind of anything else you kind of want back here within arm's reach. Then inside we have the Newport battery. It's a 36 volt, 40 amp hour battery right there, which is supplying all the power to the kind of the crown jewel on this build right here, which is the NK300.
So this is running to a quick release here that runs to the black pack. So when I take this off, when we're going down the road, all I have to do is just pull this apart. This can stay on the Kayak, and then as soon as I hook it back up, I plug it in, perfectly good to go. This build is, I'm kind of in awe because I feel like I'm in over my head. I don't really know what I did to myself. This build's gonna be sweet, especially when we get the electronics put on it. It's gonna be an absolute battleship. I cannot thank Raccoon Creek enough. If you guys are in Ohio at all, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky, heck, even Virginia, I don't care. Give these guys a call. They can build you out basically whatever you want. They got the native Titan X like I got. You can get yourself one of the big XTRs built out. They've already built out 4, which is insane because they came out like 2 months ago. But they got a bunch of good guys that know exactly what they're doing. Come check them out. I gotta show you guys this motor again too, because this thing is, I mean, throttle that thing down.
Neutral right there.
So that's neutral, that's nothing.
Bump it up to 10% right there.
That's 10%. That's still getting after it. What's 100 look like?
I'm showing 50 here.
We're not even at 50?
You're at 50 right there.
That's 50%. That's getting it.
If you want to say 100.
100 I can feel. You can actually see my pant leg is blowing from 100 right there. How fast do you think it's going to get up to? Probably pushing 7, I assume.
You can get probably upwards of 7. A lot of it's going to depend on, the weight of your build.
Yeah, how it's
like
how it's distributed.
If you're going to be in some currents, and of course, the wind if you're going into the wind and stuff like that.
But 7 miles an hour in a kayak's pretty crazy. There she is in all her glory, loaded up, ready to hit the road. Guys, this build is going to be absolutely insane. It already is insane, and the fact that we're adding live scope and 2 graphs to it. I accidentally created a spaceship. So this is part 1 of the build. This is like the meat and potatoes of the build, and then in January or February, we are going to put the graphs on this. But I cannot thank Raccoon Creek enough. I could not have done this without their help. For all my Ohio boys, or honestly Midwest, the Columbus Fishing Expo is the first week of February. There's also the Great Lakes Fishing Expo in Youngstown, which is the last week of January. So Raccoon Creek is going to be at both of those shows. In Youngstown, they're going to have a smaller booth, but you can talk to them about setting up a kayak build, whatever. They will get you guys hooked up. And at the Columbus show, they're going to be doing all that. Plus, they have room, because it's a bigger venue, to do, usually every year they have a build competition of all of their kayaks where they set them up one by one and people can vote and check out a bunch of different rigged out kayaks. And I believe this guy might be in that build competition, if all the electronics and stuff are on here in time. But like I said, huge shout out to Raccoon Creek. Cannot have done it without them. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this build. This is insane, and it's not even done yet. Stay tuned for part 2, where we rig up the electronics mega live on this sucker. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok at OKBassett. I'm posting pictures and stuff. They'll know about this build way before YouTube ever sees it, because I got to take time to edit this. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in part 2 of this build.